This a cocky do. Where would I be? Hello, happy Sabbath. Welcome. I hope you all are enjoying your Saturday. Well, go on. This is your girl, Lady K, aka Lady in the Dark. How you all doing? As you come, can you please hit that thumbs up for me, please? I hope you all are doing wonderful and everything. So I just get some time, so I decided to come and just chill a little bit. Since I have the little free time today. Normally, like last week, I went to church, and normally on Saturday, I have my son with me, and doing house chores and so forth, so I don't get any chance to come on live or so forth. But today, he is not here today. Like I say, in dance sport. And I am here, have some free time, so I just decided to come and chat a bit. So I hope you all had a wonderful week, people. You see, what I realize, is that as the days goes by and we're drawing closer to summer, you see down here in Jamaica, Spanish Town, Jesus, peace. They eat a ton up. And I have to say to my mother, it was maybe about day before yesterday I said it. And I was like, it is just me. And not August yet, and me. And the time so hot. So imagine when you reach August, how the time I go feel. Because the heat right now, it is crazy. It's unbearable. And the sun, oh Lord, me can't tell last Mrs. Sun at so. The sun hot it. It crazy. Yesterday I went on the road to conduct some business, got back because I was working. And when I got back, may I tell you, it was like I couldn't function the way the place at. And I'm like, I went on the veranda, and that was how I finally got a little chance to do something because I just grabbed the laptop and I have to be out there because if me stay in the house, it's like me if I wonder if I menopause me I go through or something because me not think this I eat normal. So I hope you all are having a wonderful day as I said earlier. Now I saw something on the Gleaner. I got it a notification on my phone, and they were basically the story was about this 9-year old here in Spanish Town that the ape and place in a barrel. I have to pick my words them carefully because YouTube you can't say certain things. So if you may say ape, just put a R before it and you understand. Put in a barrel basically mean unalive her and put her there. And when I saw it, I was like, what? Because the first story that I saw, it just spoke about the fact that a 9-year-old body was found, and it didn't go in details basically. Then I saw something else and I click on it, and then it provided the detail as to what happened. And when I read that story, I have to wonder mankind why we so cold, why we so heartless. Because here you have a child, 9. What happened is that they said her mom left her at home with another sister and went to work. There was somebody, they said, that normally look after them, but the lady, it seems, thought that she already gone to school, not realizing, say, that happened to the little girl. And in the evening, they said they found her in the barrel. Basically, that happened, beaten and everything. Now they said they're searching for, I don't know if they locate him yet, a 39-year-old. They even mention his name, but I won't in the article. A 39, people. A 39-year-old man, one drunk girl, 39. Because every time I look, me I say 39, 9. How can you look at a child and go to something like that? And every time I hear about these stories, I have to wonder what is going on with these people who are committing the crimes. They're mental, because me not think are people in the right frame of mind doing these things. I literally think that something is going on upstairs in the brain, make them continue to do these acts. And I remember, so, the government is even offering 2 million. That's what I saw, that the government is offering 2 million rewards for information leading to the person arrest. I remember some time ago, it was on the news where they were basically changing the sentences for certain crime. Me have to pick, for certain crime. Like for M, they were adding more and so forth. And persons was like, why 55 years, 50 years and so forth? Like one move from 20 to 50 years, from 15 to how much years. And persons was like, why the government putting on so much prison sentences on these crime? And when you look the amount of time that they say that the person have to stay before they're eligible for parole, and person are complain. And me I gonna be honest, you see, when me hear them stories, these stories, me not think we're supposed to complain about them. Literally, I don't think we're supposed to complain, because maybe when you have those FT time that they have to spend behind bars, maybe that I gotta do something to them where them now gonna commit the crime. Because clearly now they don't care. So they just get up and they just go and they just do it. So maybe if them say, all right, we could put on 15 more years, 20 more years on it, maybe that will make a difference and stop them from committing the crimes. But as I said before, it is a sad state that we're living in when you listen to what is happening to our children. May is celebrated as Child's Month. And when you look at the news, something like this happened to a child. When we are supposed to be celebrating them, before we protect them, they are committing these acts to them. But they said in Jamaica the murder rate decreased. Them say all sort of something. The crime rate is down. Yes, the crime rate is down when it come on to the big M. But people, me I tell you the honestly truth. It is down in one area, but when you look at the other hand, it is up. It up. Because when you look at and when you hear about the amount of robberies taking place, you have to wonder, the people them so brazen nowadays, them just walk in a store and them just do them thing. They no business about no camera or anything. The other day I heard of a story where this guy took a bus, coaster bus. They said when he was in a mass, and when he was coming on the bus, the doctor said to him, what a way your mask up, something, you're sick. And the young man enter upon the bus and everything in a mask and him hoodie and everything, and sit down. And you don't know where boy go do? Rob. the doctor rob him. So what they were saying basically is that no, they're not going to allow anybody, any passenger on the bus when they realize that they have the hoodie and they're wearing a face mask because of what happened. Because that young man, he took the bus in the evening. I get to understand that it was about 6 o'clock in the evening, and everything where they work for the day. Because remember, when you see these buses on the road, sometimes they start as early as 5 a.m., 6 a.m., and they're out there and they come off 6 p.m. or sometime later. So imagine you're out there and you're running all your trips, you collect your money on a given day. Here in Jamaica, one of those bus drivers can make a easy 40 on any day, especially when they have a very good route. And this young man just go and he just rob the people them of everything where they work hard for during the day. So yes, the crime rate is down when you look at the big M, but when you look at other offenses, it increased because the R, yeah, hear about them. Yeah, hey, not to mention this scamming. Hey, people, the one them me have to wonder the people them become so talented nowadays, Like a perfect example, the other day I got a message on my phone. I said them get some package for me and they're unable to deliver it. So I'm supposed to provide them with this information and that information if I want to collect my package. So when I say, but I want to know, I take people for idiot. Me never ship nothing. That was what I was saying to myself when I said, me never ship nothing. If anybody overseas sending anything to me, one thing for sure, then make sure WhatsApp me, call me, and let me know. Say, okay, say me I send something for you. And yes, I want to them idiot here. Then you hear of another instant, this lady, all her pension. She got her pension maybe about 2020 and she was saving. She saved a little portion and the people them wipe out the woman NCB account. When me say them wipe it out, them wipe it clean. They left nothing for the woman. Her grandchildren were saying that if they weren't around her, they would have believed that something would have wrong with her heart attack or something, the way the lady take it serious. Because a lady in her 70s, I imagine you save up all of that little money here. If you say, all right, if me sick, if that time come, I have it. And then when you go a bank, it will like disappear. Everything gone. So it's going down in one area, but really and truly, when you look at it, it's going up in the other areas. Hello, Miss Ebert Sandy. Good time. Hello, long time. Hi, Sandy and Jackie, welcome. As you come, please hit the like button for me. Yeah, long time for you, Jackie. It's the second live I'm doing since how long? Me not even remember. I was going to school, so I was really, really busy. But finished school last month. Woo, woo. So done with that aspect of it now, so I can chill. No, but it's serious. It is really, really serious right now. You know what the funny thing about Jamaica people? The other day I was watching this thing on the news and they were speaking about certain things that they were doing. And when I'm talking about certain politicians, and when they were speaking, I was like, I don't understand it. You mean to tell me that all this time you have the money and you never find the time, if you spend the money, you sit and wait until close to election. You're going to buy new buses and everything to carry the children to school. And before, when you had the money, you not do it. Me I say, why they wait until election before they do all of this? Oh, oh, regular, regular. Any, oh, but anyone. All right, thanks. Oh, sorry. Right. So me I say, wanna find the money now for you buy bus for the school pitney them. Wanna find the money for you fix year so and a fix year so and all over, And I'm like, I wonder if people really and truly sit and see what is happening, because it's coming to that time in Jamaica, election time, so them depend them campaign and everything. But I find it so surprising at this particular time, close to election. You see all of the politicians, the majority of them now I come out, I see them I do this. You see, they must say, oh, okay then, they are they deliver this. And when you look at it, the delivery time, everything is happening couple months before election. That is when it's happening. I mean, I wonder if people at Jamaica not really sit and look. Because me have to wonder where they find all of the money. Then me listen to one next one. They must say one bag of something. Me say, no one come in. So now go say one bag of something. People are neutral when it comes on to them. Even when election time come, me just go sit down and watch people. I run up and down because I'm not going to work on that day. So me just sit down and watch people. I run up and down. I go here, so if I go do them thing, because I won't be going. I'm mutual. When I said I'm mutual, me no vote. Me not vote. Because of how I view politics here in Jamaica. It is just a dirty thing. It's just all about getting rich. So because of that, me say, me not go help on get rich. When me sit down and look, it not bet. My life not better none at all. Every one of them are the same. So because of that, but I was like, where they find all the money for do all of these things? What you doing different now with the crime rate? And I'm like, okay then. But everybody don't really sit and think deep when it comes on to certain things, analyze it. They're just glad that they're seeing improvement in the way of living, improvement in the society, improvement that you can go where you want to go, and you don't have to worry, say, people are going to stick you up and go bye-bye you, if you understand what I mean. But Jamaica, it is serious because a 9-year old, there is nothing in this world that that child could have done to that man, for that man to go and do something like that to her. Nothing she could do. And when you're going to look at her, you're not only commit the act, of ape her. You not only just do that, but you go a little further and you unalive her, put couple lick on her and damage her up bad, unalive her and place her in a barrel like a piece of old cloth, like a that even dog is supposed to do like that. So just imagine, every time I look at it, never wonder what is going on. What is going on? But it is sad. All we have to do, is we have to give God thanks that nothing never happened to the next child. That is one. And we have to give God thanks as a parent each time we send out our children and they come back in safe to us. Each time we leave them and nothing happen. We just have to say thanks be to God, because we don't know what can happen to them based on how this world is living. And it is really, really depressing when you look. I was watching something with election that just happened in TNT, and the prime minister, she was speaking, and she was saying basically, if the politicians, if they want a government funded house, they're not going to get it. That laptop supposed to be in the schools come September. She was speaking about a lot of things that she intend to do and what. And I was like, whoa, this sound good. When she talking about the motor vehicle that they're supposed to buy, she was saying that if they need a Maybach or something like that, they're supposed to buy it out of their pocket because the government funds not going to do that. And I was just sitting and I was just listening to myself, not listening, thinking to myself, this is beautiful. When will Jamaica reach to this level? When will we here in Jamaica experience something like that, where how a person can go and speak to say that, hey, guess what? You're not going to have two homes when the people them out there not have none. We vote you in. When you're going to have something like that? When you're going to have where they are going to say, no, you're not going to get this because guess what? That person out there, child, if left unattended, such and such can happen to them. No, because it's just every single soul here is we have a selfish thing. here in Jamaica. And let me tell you the reason why, me not blame them. But the way we think when we see these crimes happening, it's a bit selfish. And I have to admit, we're very selfish. And the reason for that is because of fear. I remember some time ago, I went to a particular community because I do certain things on the side when it comes on to certain things. I'm not even gonna go deep into that. So I went into a particular community, and while I was there, there was this guy, and literally, I think I spoke about it some time ago on when I used to do live last year. And he basically people had a G in a hand, just like that. And you want to see him to, you have the G in him hand, and him have a long thing out time out, and everything. And I was there and I was just looking, afraid. Afraid. And I was like, oh my God. But guess what? When I said selfish, you see, but guess what? You're not informed. Because you see, here in Jamaica, you better know, say, if you go inform, you better make sure, say, you have your spot pick out a dove cutter or medaris. You better know, say, you see one nice castic coffin down a Perry or one of them funeral home there where you want. Because that's the reason why I said we're selfish, because you are going to witness things first and you're going to see it up in front of you. Everywhere, anywhere you go, you're going to see it. You're going to see certain acts carry out. You're going to see some big man with some little teeny pitney, in a them school uniform. But guess what? You better keep your back foot mouth locked. Because if you go and say you're going to inform about that, maybe you're going to get rough up, maybe you're going to get ape, maybe you're going to get pie, and that's it. So we here in Jamaica, we're a bit selfish. And the reason why I say that is that most time I hear about these stories on the news, I know that someone from the community know exactly what happened. When you hear about a man get pie, somebody witness it, but guess what? You have to think about yourself. You have to think about your loved ones. And because of that, you're not going to go and you're not going to report it to the police. No matter how when them said $2 million. No matter how when them said $3 million. Because your life is priceless. And you know the type of environment that you're living in. And because of that, it better you just keep your mouth shut. That's literally what happened. Because when you look, it is really sad, because I know that somebody know what happened. Somebody must either see, majority of the time when you hear these things, somebody see, somebody wash the dirty clothes them, somebody hear. But selfishness, fear, the fear of losing your life, the fear of your loved ones losing their life, and all of that, you have to keep your mouth shut. And that is what is happening here in Jamaica right now. And that's why sometimes when I see certain things on social media, I have to wonder what go on, why people stay so. Because you will have persons on social media, then come and then talk, then say all sort of things, then call up people, name, then do this. I may have to wonder, but wait, how they turn so they're not afraid. They're not afraid. Because me know the Jamaica where we are living at. So me have to wonder if they're not afraid and all of that. You see, I'll know this time when it come on to election time, it's not as bad as how it used to be in the 80s and the 90s, but yet still you have some individuals out there that still living in the dark age. They still don't understand that just as how you have a preference, that person out there is going to have a preference. And it might not be the same one that you have. They don't share your preference, and they don't understand that, and because of that they will go and you hear them say, oh, them are going to do this to the person because the person will support this a person. Then Jamaica, me don't know if it happened in any other country, but I know that it happened here in Jamaica more than once, and even in the organization it stink. When I said it stink, I mean it stink in our organizations, because you will be working with a company And you see the day, then find out, say you're blue or you're purple. And if that company head is purple or blue, and they find out, say, okay, say for example, the CEO is purple, and they find out that you are blue or yellow, you better understand that you're not going to have the time of your life working in that company. You better understand that certain things are going to pass you. Certain information you're not going to get. You're going to start get some bad eyes. You're going to just even demotion. And even if when they realize they can't demote you, they can't do anything about you, you're going to realize that you're there. You're not being invited to go to the functions, you're not being invited to go to the meetings and so forth because of your difference. That is what happened. I remember some time ago a young lady was speaking to me and she was saying certain things that she reached out to such and such, and basically she was asking for assistance to go back to school because she was in the last final semester now for the year, and she have an outstanding balance, and she was like, it's coming up to me, and if me not pay the money, me not can get for do my exam. So she went to this gentleman and she asked him for help. And you don't know what the man said to her. Your family never support me in an election, so me fi help you for go to who them did support. And I'm like, seriously? I was like, seriously? Because when you listen to those things, because what they are not just to serve the green or the orange, they're there to serve every single soul. But because of certain things, the difference, them just say, okay, they stick to their crowd. So everywhere you look, you see the selfishness come out in the society and everything. And it's really, really sad. It really, really sad. The other day, this lady was on social media. She was speaking about the fact that she lost her spouse and everything. And I'm like, why? Because even when I look at that, I think that's have a little bit of selfishness in it. Because this girl, she posts day in, day out past social media. And I'm like, why are you doing that? If the man was alive, do you think the man would have want you to post it? Why you never post them all along? Because maybe he wasn't in agreement with the spotlight. Because I know everybody want in the spotlight. And everybody like it when the business they all over. And even when you look at that, you have to wonder what the person would want. Or the person family, well, it seemed like they didn't have an issue with it. That was the good thing. But it is really, really sad when you look at it. Even when people go out and they ask for donation, and when they claim that they're doing certain charity, certain good deeds, you realize that there's a bit of selfishness surrounding it, because they will be asking for help for this person and so forth. And you realize that all of the person information start posts everything. You realize that, okay, then the person supposed to get it, but yet still at the end of the day, when the person supposed to get the help that you come and beg for them, you realize that them gone with it. Then gone with a portion of what the person supposed to get. That is what happened with majority of those charity that you see on social media. Then beg for the person, then put out everything for the person. The fact that the person is sick, the fact that the person homeless, the fact that the person don't have no food, and so forth. But at the end of the day, then get the money now to give the person. But guess what? You know what? The money too much. The money too much you gotta give John. John lucky. John a living life for all long blind. John couldn't walk for all long. Him not have no food. If me just buy him some food and take the rest, him a go be thankful for it anyway. And that is what they do. That is what some of them do. So you realize that even with that, the selfishness, them have it. It is there. Before them come, them ask. If you collect $10, you make sure so you give back the $10. They take something and they put it aside. They put it aside for the next person or for themselves. And the same thing with what happened to that 9-year-old, because I see that look all drunk or they would do it. A selfish is selfish. Selfish in selfish, because he wasn't thinking about the child. He wasn't thinking about not even himself. So I not even know if my say as selfish. Because maybe if he was thinking about himself, he would have said, you know, say if me go do that and then go catch me, them I go kill me or them I go send me a prison. But I don't know what the hell he was thinking about. Maybe he just make one brain take over and not think carefully. In just make dongness rule him, if you understand what I'm saying. But everything we do, we have that little selfishness. You realize that we just think about ourselves and so forth. Sometimes it's like you totally forget that, okay, you have this person who is depending on you. And because you have this person who is depending on you, you can't happen for just slack up and everything. Me remember some time ago, this person was telling me that the mother was in prison, and the mother was saying that if she did the out here, me I said, so where she go? But I say if she did the out here for now, if she did want the out here to take care of her pitney them, she wouldn't go take a knife and go juke the next maddy kill the next maddy. Oh Lord, kill the next maddy. She wouldn't go do that. If she was thinking about the child, her children, if she was thinking about her children, not just the one, but her children, she has said, no. So every single step of the way, everything that we're supposed to do, we're supposed to think about the persons who are depending on us, whether it be your child, your children, or your spouse. You have to think about them. What if I'm not here? What is going to happen? Will they be able to get back on their feet? Will they be all right? Somebody out there to take care of them, all of that. But no, they don't. They get caught up in the moment. They let them anger take over and so forth. They don't think about it. They just commit the act. Because me sure know so right now, any corner, that man there, if them not find him and give him jungle justice here in Jamaica already, any corner I'm there right now, he might go sit down and he might go say, if me did know. And that is the weirdest thing with us people. The if me did know always come at the end. And that's the reason why I always say to persons, before you say, if me did know, any little thing where you are going to make sure you plan it out properly. Because you see, sometimes you think, that what you're going to do is going to end up being better. What you're going to do is going to be beneficial to you in some way or the other, But when you check a stack, it not work out. So make sure, say, if you have plan A, you have plan B. So if A fail, you go to B. If B fail, you have C. I saw me look on it. Because you can't just think about one thing and just jump and go do it. And then when time you do that, you sit and you say, if me didn't know. Because right now you must sit down in one corner. Maybe a ball or a hide. I don't know. And I say, if him didn't know, him not do it. But anything, no say me call, no say me call or anything. And God, please forgive me for about to say this, but it's coming from the heart. You see, anything them do to the man there, if me wake up tomorrow morning and me hear say them came, me go say, thank God. Because literally, I don't think that I'm supposed to be working so hard, paying income tax, how much, $1,000 per month. Them a take out and me pay for income tax. For somebody like this guy prison and go sit down and eat 3 meals a day. And if you go in the way him can learn skills, him can relax. No, me not think that at all. Me think so when them find him, just take him out of misery. Just take him out of misery. I saw me view them things here. Because certain crime to me is unforgivable. Certain crime you're not supposed to get no second chance. I saw me look upon life. Because him never think. He wasn't thinking about a second chance for that child. He never did have the child, none at all, when him did a commit the act. So you see, because of that, if them find him, wanna take care of him. Take care of him the Jamaica way. With couple cutlass and all of them lovely things there. If a stick stone, wanna take care of him. And it might sound like me cold, but I'm not cold. It's just the reality of the situation here. When you look, when you think about it, committing the act, and at the end, just simple say, you go do something like that, put the child in a barrel. And that's why I mean so. This morning I saw something, and this are totally different from the child. I saw something this morning online. I think it was on Andre Stevens' page. He was speaking about the US. Well, he wasn't speaking, he posted it. The exchange rate, the US dollar, the pound, and the Canadian. The US dollar now in Jamaica is selling for $160. The pound 212 if my memory serves me right, and the Canadian $115. I not even didn't know say as so far Canadian dollar reach, because Canadian dollars always used to there in the 90s when it reached the 100, maybe 101, it go back down. So I was shocked when I realized that it reached $115. And when I saw it, I said, Papa Jesus, dog nyam we suffer. Because me I tell you, life out here rough, When me say life at Jamaica rough, life out here rough, it dread. And when me look on that exchange rate and knowing that majority of what we consume here in Jamaica is from overseas, so you know what is going to happen. The prices are going to go sky high. When you look, like my son love pasta. When me say look up it in loving pasta. So when you look now, me I think about all of them something there. Price are gonna go up. Every month I spend roughly about $70,000 on grocery every month. So me I look now and me I say, so all right then. So me normally spend 30 for my son, and another sometime 38 in the early 40s for the household. So basically now with the US dollar gone so far now, and say it just like a continue climbing, maybe next month, month 10, when we go supermarket, that price I got double, literally. And me have to wonder, I want to go on, because me not hear nothing about no salary. Me not hear if his salary I got increase, I hear all of them something there. When you think about going to the pump, you wonder, wow. So the pump, gas price, that is going to increase. Food, clothing, because majority of what we wear no make a Jamaica, None of them. What do make a Jamaica, guess what? They have to wait for the material to come out here. So anyway you put it, we have to depend on stuff from coming from overseas. Unless you go plant it, and even when you plant it and so forth, just to get the finished product, you have to put something that is imported in it. Because nobody thinks that you go plant your Irish, and when you plant your Irish and you're ready to go cook it, you can't cook it without, well, some people do. Yeah, some people do. But how long can they eat? So it's an Irish tomato. Yeah, some people do. But anyway, you put it, the clothes, the soap we use, the spray, the hand towel, the tissue, every single thing is going to be affected when you see it. And when I saw it, I was like, whoa, because I know for sure that for the past year here in Jamaica, you see the prices keep on going up. They say we are not in any recession, but yet still we never have any growth for the last 2 quarters, or 2 or 3. I don't even remember. So no, say it just like a continue go up, go up, go up. Hey, me sorry for we. Literally, me sorry for we. Sorry. And even when you depend on remittance and you get the money from overseas, and you say, okay, if they used to send $100, the $100 now, me used to get 14,000 something, me used to get 15,000, me I get 16,000. So, but guess what? You have to spend the money out here. So when you go to spend it out here, you're going to realize that you're collecting a lot, But the lot that you're collecting, you're not going to be able to do half of what you used to do with it because of how the prices are going to be increased. So when me see all of them something here happen here in Jamaica, me have to wonder, oh, we are gonna manage. Me have to wonder what our young people going to do because a whole heap of we out here, we are work at Jamaica. We kind of have this loyalty to this country where we say we not gonna live and one bag of thing. But guess what? The pay not gone away. The money not gone away. The cost of living, ah, everything is just weird right now. You hear some people say they have, you hear stories of people with 28 bank account. You hear people have how much money in them. But I wonder, but wait, it's just a country that is weird. And I literally believe that right now we are heading in the wrong direction. I don't know how we're going to pull back, and if we're going to be able to pull back from what is happening, but it is serious time that we're living in, and the Bible speak about it, so it's not going to get any better, it's just going to get worse because it's end time. So it's just going to get worse. But people, all we have to do, we have to be very careful when we're walking on the road because with the cost of living that is going up and it's just going to get worse, you're going to hear that the robberies is getting more. The R is getting more. You're going to hear because it come like the man them literally I get mental. Them I get mental. So them I go walk around and them I go ape people left, right, and center. Them are go in at the stores them just as I saw one online recently, where this young man went into a clothes store, and at the beginning of the video, it looked like he was purchasing an item. Walk up to the cashier, them say, "I rob him, rob." Then he go over to the other side, draw the curtain, and everything. The good thing he took off his mask in the video, and he went behind the curtain, pull it, and they said that he forced the young lady to give him oral. That's what they said. I'm like, oh my. Because you see, all of them little scary thing the way you hear, it'll go get worse. I remember some time ago, I don't remember where I was listening to this, but it was somewhere on the radio. And they were speaking, and they said that the person said basically that it was a robbery. He committed the act because he had his children and him couldn't get no work, him can't get no job, and him basically got to do that to provide for them. So it'll go get worse. It's going to get worse. The other day, people me laugh. What day I miss one story in the Gleaner. Victoria Jubilee Hospital. They are reporting that they are seeing a decline in the birth rate. In the newspaper, they said that last year, January, and it was December last year, January this year, they had about 500 and something birth happening at the hospital. And for the last 2 months, it was below the 500, way below the 500. I think it's in the 300s. And they might complain because they must say it's serious because the birth rate a decline. I hear that at one particular hospital, when you used to go there to have baby, they not even used to have a bed space. So what used to happen was two baby mothers used to be on the same bed. But now, if you turn up at the Spanish Town Hospital to have a child, you can't get empty bed. You can't put your picnic on one bed, and you lie down on one and you relax. That is what is happening now. And they must say it's serious because the government have to intervene and they're going to have to do this and they're going to have to do that because people are not having any children again. And when I saw that story, I'm like, then people are all right. We don't really expect the people to breed in a Jamaica right now, breed up and have the bag of pitney them. And When you check a stock, you not even can mind them. When you check a stock, the money where you get from part, not even can send them a school. Not even can buy them 1 week what a grocery. That's serious, you know. That's serious. Because you see, right now, if you have one pitney and you say, all right, then more and provide him with a good, a solid foundation in terms of sending him to a proper school. You better know, say, the cheapest that school fee per term is going to be is maybe like about 35,000. And that is if it is not in Kingston. If you're going to Kingston, maybe you're looking at 60, 56, somewhere up there if you're going to Kingston. It's that crazy. When you look at Pampers, I am so happy that my son stopped drink formula and stopped wear Pampers. People, me remember, when I just had baby and it was a 1 box of Pampers every month. It was like me have shares in a Huggies. Every month me used to have to buy 1 box of Huggies. And when time I buy the 1 box, sometimes I still have to buy like the single pass will come with the 30. And 1 box was like 8,000 something, That was what I used to pay for it. Then you have the wipes. You used to have to buy the wipes too. Me used to thank God for Price Smart. Price Smart sell the big box of wipes over there. So you used to go buy it. So when you buy the big box of wipes at Price Smart, it will serve you like a 2 months or 3 months. Then you think about the Enfamil. At the time when I had baby, one Enfamil was for 4,000 something. That was just one. And I had baby from 2021. So this is 2021, 2022. I'm speaking about. One Enfamil, 4,000 something. So when I used to buy the Enfamil, I used to have to buy at least 3 for the month. That's all me used to have to buy it. When me buy the 3 for the month, it used to can serve him because my son, I never produce whole heap, so it like it couldn't hold him. So when him used to get the breath little bit after, him a holler. It couldn't hold him. So I used to have to get the formula for top up. When it reached a state, I remember the last time I purchased Enfamil when I went and the people then tell me that it was 4,800 because before it was maybe about 4,000 liquor. And when I went to buy, they were saying like 4,800. I was like, what am I talking about? So you know who downgrade? Me say not a box cover. Nope. I make a call to a girlfriend of mine who had a baby couple months before me, and I said, "What you give your child?" And I said, "Okay," and then tell me. And I say, all right, then no problem. So me downgrade to lactogen. It was at the time, yeah, it was lactogen, and at that, he used to take the lactogen until eventually in done with formula and everything. But when we think about all of them, something there, formula roughly for the month, if a lactogen or one of them cheaper one there, you look for about, me don't know the cost now, maybe about $8,000 for the month. So that is about 4, I think. Remember, I don't really know the cost. Huggies, you look for about $11,000 now for a box of Huggies. So imagine, wipes, one was at the time 2,000 off, call it 3,000, maybe about 3,500 now. And that for the month. So if you have a baby now, roughly every month for the pitney alone, you look for about 20 enough thousand and more. And remember, say if you are breastfeed, you have to yam properly. You have to feed your body. So you need to consume the good food and everything because the child need it. So when me think about all of that, I see the government are complain about the birth rate being I'm like, we don't know business about it. So when we business about birth rate, we now go stand here and suffer where we can't even eat a proper plate of food because you have the children to take care of. Because one thing for sure, you can't have them and make them go hungry. You have to make sure so you have them and you feed them. Sorry, you can't have them and not send them to school. You have to make sure so them go to school. So when me say that, I say no, really matter. All if them want say, all right, we're gonna give 500. Well, maybe some would do it. Give the five, collect the money for. But no, at this point, I literally believe that if the Jamaican government want to see an increase in the birth rate, what am I complaining about? One, provide the free education. Now they say it's free, but it's not really and truly free. It's not free. Yeah, it comes at a cost. Provide the free education for the children. Provide whether they're supposed to get the formula or something up to a certain stage. I have a point where you go collect it. If they want to say, all right, once you register RGD, then give you one slips where you go at one certain location every month and you collect your pampas and the formula. Fine. Then maybe you can see it go up. But I hope. Hello, Sophia. Good afternoon. How you doing? Welcome. Yeah, that's true. Long time. That is the only way. But I hope they realize, that young ladies now focusing on their careers. I focus on the fact that, hey, you need a roof over your head before you can go and have a child. You need to be in a proper job before you can have a child. Because I know every baby father or husband take care of them pitney. Some of them they do business. Some of them will tell you straight out, say, when you get pregnant, yo, get rid of that. And if you not get rid of it, you depend your own with it. That is what some of them will literally tell you. You have some, they will stick run with them pitney, them love them pitney differently. So say them did it. Some of them no business or the pitney heat or the pitney sleep. So all of that. And I'm like, okay, you have to understand it's going to decline. It's going to decline. I was saying to a friend of mine the other day, and we were speaking about certain jobs here in Jamaica. And back in the days, working with the government used to be a dream for a lot of young people here in Jamaica. Whether it be JCF, JDF, or just being a civil servant, a lot of person used to say, okay, that is what they want to do. They want to get a government job. They want to join the force. They want to join the army. They want to fire brigade and so forth. When you look at what is happening now, you realize that those jobs, the teaching, the nurse, all of those jobs where people used to run down, they're not saying nothing nowadays, especially here in Jamaica. Overseas, clearly, things are gone. Because me hear how much nurse I make over there teaching. They leave in Jamaica to go over there, so things are going over there. But here in Jamaica, you don't have where persons are attracted to those careers anymore. Because when you look at the salary, the benefit, there is no benefits that come with those positions anymore. When you look at the meager salary that they give to some, you have to wonder how they expect the people them to live off of those salaries. Literally. And what I realize is happening also is, guess what? Certain activities here in Jamaica, certain illicit enrichment activities make people make more money than even the teacher, than even a neurosurgeon. Because some, they can take up their phone, they can make one phone call and they make at least 500,000 within no time, just by calling people and telling, oh, hi, my name is John, I'm calling from such and such, I'm calling to let you know that you have won this and that. That is what is happening. You have where those persons, the scammers, when you look at it, they're living a far better life than the people them who teach them at school, than the people them who they go to treat them, the doctors, the nurses, than the police officers. That them will live far better than them, just by doing those type of activities. And when you look at it, I believe that that is the reason why a lot of our young people, they're not gravitating towards these careers anymore, because they look and they realize, say, okay, if they go out and go be a promotional girl, they make more money. Meaning, those are the girls that go, they promote the parties, they work at the parties and so forth, because they will dance one night they will make a pretty penny. All of 50,000 in a one night, just like that. Sorry. When you look at the guys them who said them work in a, hey, that is what happened. They realize that them can make whole heap more. So because of that, they don't want the certain things again. And the next thing, when you look, I don't know if you all remember what was happening in Jamaica. I think it was maybe about 2023 with the guardsman, how they used to hold them up. When you look, at them something they them sit and they look at the fact that, okay, when you go and become a nurse, you're going to work $3 million per annum. If you go and you do certain activities, you can make that 3 million in 2 months. I remember somebody was telling me about social media, and the person was like, look for when I work with government and not achieve nothing and everything. The person was literally letting us know the amount of money they made from social media. When you hear the person say they make 6,000 US just by sitting tops and rows, and they make 6,000 US. And you have to wonder. So when you look at all of this, nothing right now is attractive to our young people. Having a child, it's not attractive unless you're Janet Jackson, where you go and have a child for a millionaire or a billionaire, and at the end him tell you say, okay, then if you have a child, you get this amount of money more. If you don't have no child, you just get a 1 million. But if you go and have a child, just for example, you get five, unless it's a situation like that. But otherwise, it is going to decrease. Everything is just going to go downhill. What is going to happen now is that you're going to realize that the bright minds, they are leaving Jamaica. Persons who are educated, who can really and truly make a difference, in the society. You're going to realize that before they stay here and they work, you're going to realize that them gonna some country gone build that country, because they know if they go there and they work, well, they can send back the money come a yard, they can buy a house, they can buy a car, they can start a business. If they turn a yard, it'll go take them loan after loan for buy one house. Literally, one house is being sold, is what, one house of a 20 something million now. Nice house. I saw one the other day was a 27 million. And that was just a two-bedroom house. Two-bedroom house. Nice one. Nice community. 27 million. So they understand that if they go overseas, hey, they can work the money, save it, come back, buy the house, build the house, buy a car, start a business, and then come back to Jamaica, come enjoy themselves. Well, if them they here, if them want to build a house, them have to take out loan. If them want to buy a car, them have to go take out a car loan. If them want to do this, them have to go do that. That is what is happening. And when you really and truly sit and you look at it, you realize that a lot of these persons, especially when it comes on to the police officers, that is the reason why when people, the drivers, they're on the road, then become a pest to these people. Because every vehicle they must flag down. And when you know say you know do nothing wrong, they might go tell you say you do this wrong and that. Why? Because they want to tell you say left or right. And you better believe say if you tell them right, they might go say no, I want left something. And that go happen. Because of what is happening. Because a lot of them, they want to drive the nice vehicle, they want to live in a certain community, because you can't go in a certain community go live. If you're going a certain community to live here in Jamaica, you better know say, hey, when the night come, you can't go on the road. You go there, you go here, pie. So because of that, the salary can't maintain the lifestyle. So they out on the road begging, because I beg them, I beg. That is what is happening. But everything is just really and truly depressing. If you're supposed to sit and think about it, it is a sad state we're living in. I always used to hear them say one hand can't clap. So Sophia say hi. Hi. Jackie, hi. Okay then, sorry. Me always used to say them, hear them saying people one hand can clap, And back in my days, how me supposed to put it now? I have to pick my words them carefully. When I was younger, I used to enjoy a certain lifestyle. I went to school very early in my life, and I graduated at a very, very early age, got a very good job early. So certain things I achieve very early compared to others here in Jamaica. And back then, the money was much stronger. So because the money did stronger, I was able to live a certain lifestyle. I was able to pay my rent at the time and pay my mother rent at the time and so forth. And even take out loan for buy car and so forth. And when you look at it, you say, yeah, that's never bad. Hey, people, say seriously, when me just start work, don't laugh. When me just start work, I will never forget it. Me that work $42,000 per month. And you see, when me get that $42,000 there, it was like $1 million me get a month time. When me sit down and me think about everything when me used to do with that $42,000 there, This was maybe about 2004, 2005, that long. When me think about it, me used to pay two rent out of that money, and buy food, and pay and do everything, Then the pay they change from 42. When we get my degree, it changed from no, before it changed from 42 to about 60 something when I got my degree. And this was after 1 year working at that company. I got a nice little position, so it went up in the hundreds. And when it went into the hundreds, this was maybe about 2006 or somewhere there, I not even remember. It was like a $2 million me did a work. Yo, you're so right. My son is an assistant at a company and his salary is more than a teacher and nurse. I told you, yep. And you hear what you said, Isa? He's an assistant at a company. Yeah, that is what is happening. And I remember it was just 100 and something, And me, I tell you, people, me used to pay rent at the time. My rent, my mother rent. I believe my rent was maybe about 18,000. My mother rent was maybe about 8,000 or 10,000. I'm not really sure right now. Buy food, everything me used to do, and still have one little money for save back, And I was like, yes, when I look back now, and I think about the life then and compare to the life now, people do not even want to know my salary now. And compared to the life I was living then, and now, I want ball. Me not joke. I want ball. Because back then when you buy grocery, you used to spend all one $6,000 and you go supermarket, you come out with all one three scandal bag, one four scandal bag. That's how bad it was. Good, sorry. You see now, you see if you're going to one supermarket with one $6,000, you better know say not even half a scandal bag you come out with. Not even half. For sure, oh, expensive things getting up. And when me sit down and me look pan it, me have to say, no man. Because I think about it sometime, I say, so imagine now, you have me have mortgage, my son, and responsibility, me have other my mother and stuff. I say, what go on? Imagine, because if I just feel me little penny, say, me don't know what would happen with me. Literally, literally. I'm not joking. For sure, where we are at in Jamaica, maybe it's worldwide, I'm not sure. Me just know about Jamaica because of Jamaica me live. So me don't know if them something here happen all over the globe at Jamaica me live. But every time I think about it, me have to say, not a box cover. I remember the other day I was speaking to somebody. because I have a friend, she's trying very hard to encourage me to buy a SUV. Not even buy a SUV, take out a SUV. Because if me da go buy it, would have to pay for it cash and then would have say buy. But she encouraged me hard from the other day if you go take out a loan for buy a SUV. And me look pan her, and me say, you see me look a car out there, so me not pay no money for it. And the girl, when me say people, she literally tell me, say my car and my position don't match. That's what the girl said to me. She said the car don't bring the status. My car don't have no status. I'm like, oh, we are talk about. Me say, but you can't come to work every day, This is somebody who me and them talk can sit down at work and will a reason. And she encouraged me to buy a SUV. And she tell me about the Kia. She tell me about the Honda. She tell me about all that, And I say, me I look, And I say, I wonder if they really understand. Because every time we think about them things there, it's like something are going up at the brain. When we think about the car loans, when we hear people are paying nowadays in Jamaica, 80,000 a month, 60,000 for 10 years. When I think about those things, it's like, I'm like, I wonder if they really realize. Because when I think about it, yes, I'm driving a little car, but me not pay nothing penny. Me not pay nothing literally pan it. So it no matter. But each time I think about it, where we are at in Jamaica, and you see people dress up in a them suit, and then say they gonna work and they look nice, and they in a them heels, or they in a them nice jinks, and they in a them tie and them bow tie and they look good, Yo, I just looks. I just looks. They now work on that damn thing, they now work. When you check a stack, the man on the construction site sometime I work more. When you check a stack sometime, the man we out there, I drive the taxi, I work more than them. When you check it out, let me show you how bad it is. The man in the garage. Oh, did they? We greasy. When you look on him fingernail, them black and ugly. Sometimes when you look on him face, sometimes you see black mark, yes, and all of that for sure. Oh, all them are working, saying well grease up. When you look on them are work far more than with some of them in an office at work. The construction people, not even to mention them. When you hear people that say, my brother is a mason, and when this youth who not even have one sexy subject, I tell me say, a $10,000 a day in charge if you go work on one site. You hear me say? 10,000 Jamaican dollar a day, So say a 6 days in work as in work from Monday to Saturday, him don't work on Sundays. So say a $60,000 that for the week. So for the fortnight, 120. And the other one, just you see. So imagine, he's working on a construction site and making that. And you have some of them who dress up every single day, gonna work. When them see them people here on the road, they make up them face, they look on them, dirty, the kind smell moldy. Hey, them are work far more than you know. And that's why I always say to people, say, don't make your position fool you. Don't make you look upon people and believe that they're worse off than you because of the way they look, because they're in the overall, because they're in a them water boot or then cement, and you look upon them, you see them full of cement and all of that. They're working far more. And when you really look, when you hear people that say, oh, they want the children to become an accountant, they want the child to become a marketing this, and they want, and I'm like, come on, we're living in this age now where someone with a skill is making far more than someone who has a master's degree, someone who have a who much degrees education, someone who has a skill, a archer certification, I make far more than them. And I'm like, why you not encourage them to do well in a school? And when them done, if they want to become a lawyer, then they go and become a lawyer. If they want to become a doctor, fine. But if they look at you and they say they want to become a mechanic, they want to become a welder, they want to become a construction manager, or why you not encourage them for that? Because at the end of the day, these are careers also. And money depend them. If them supposed to go overseas or anywhere, money depend them. You see, we're living in an age now. You see, AI, artificial intelligence, it have got done whole heap of careers. Back in the days, you used to hear people talk about secretary. Yo, right now, you don't need a secretary. You can type in an AI, draft a letter for such and such, and it give you in less than a minute. You have things now can record and translate to you, give you the notes, give you the minutes that you used to have a secretary sitting down, writing, and doing all of that. So when you look, you have to just understand, say, hey, a different age, different time, certain career where you used to carry the swing, now carry it again. People know they get become so talented. AI take over and so forth. So to me right now, the safest, some of the safest careers to be is when you have your skills. When you can fix a car, when you can go build a house, when you can go do certain things. Yes, maybe they will get robot to do these things, but even if they do, they're going to need someone to program those robots and do all of them to look at something there. Because every single one of the office work to me, they're becoming obsolete. Hey, them soon gone, done. AI take over. That is what is happening. And when you look out there, that's the reason why you have so much young people now. They're sitting on TikTok. Them sit down and ask for the roses and all of them because they understand social media. They're making more money from social media now. They understand if they go out there, they start the business, they make more money. So we just have to encourage them and just hope that they're not go take up nothing illegal. That is the only thing. But people, wow, I'm sitting here chatting for 1 hour and odd, we don't know. So I said it the other night, so I'm gonna try to live. I may never do no more from the other night. So may not even make sense, I'm gonna say it again. Because when we come home from work, I am extremely tired. Me play with my son, like the other night we play football and so forth. So it hard. It really hard. If you take up the phone after all of those activities, if you say me go sit and chat for whether 30 minutes or 40 or 1 hour, it's really difficult. But as I was saying before, just encourage your children, encourage them to do well in school. No matter forcing at them head say they need to become a doctor, they need to become this, they need no. Encourage them to go to school and take up their education. Leave it at the end of the day when they reach of age for them to decide what they want to become. Because we're living in an era where come next 10 years down the line, you're not going to have certain careers anymore. So certain position where you see people in an organization are cut short for, hey, you know better know say them position there now go exist come the next 10 years. So now have to go look for our next job elsewhere. And you see, because of that, you have to make sure, so every single step of the way, even when you get your degree, you upskill yourself, you start to do, hey, just simply get the degree and sit down and think, say, you reach because you will never reach the degree that you had 10 years down the line. This 10 years, it's no longer relevant. I remember when I did my degree back in the early 2000, and the other day someone was saying something to me, and I was like, okay, but such a, and them said, no man, such a, I'm like, huh? And when they showed me, I was like, okay. So I had to go and do some reading for just catch up back, just to catch up back on that for sure all along. And even the other day I did a second one, and I know that come the next 2 years, I have to go do some other courses or certain things because what I learned in that degree that I just did the other day, come next 2 years and so forth, maybe them are gonna have some new thing to go with it or something. Because you better believe, sir, if you have this, if you have your degree, Nobody get too comfortable and feel say you get a degree, so you reach. If you go and you get a master's, nobody feel say okay, you get the master's, so you reach. You get the doctorate, nobody feel say you reach. Because everyday technology are putting new ways of doing things. So you have to make sure say you're relearning. You have to make sure say you're doing courses continuously. Because if you don't, you're going to be left behind. But the only thing I can say to people is try get a skill where you know you can depend on. Because the simple office work, couple years down the line, AI are going to take over everything. But folks, thank you so much for being with me. And I hope you all will have a wonderful Saturday afternoon. Happy Sabbath to you all. Jackie, Sophie, Sandy, thanks for joining, and all the others. Pleasant good day to you all.